After the Supreme Court of India refused to ban a documentary linking Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Gujarat riots, the Income Tax Department conducted raids at the BBC's Mumbai and Delhi offices. What is the Modi government trying to do now? What is being done by our central government? Why are they acting in such a volatile manner or exploding into rage? The broadcast of the BBC program on Modi may have been a case of deliberate act. But despite having a team of experienced diplomatic leaders who have repeatedly demonstrated their value, the administration has nevertheless succumbed to criticism from both its citizens and those living outside of our country. Why did they create the circumstance and act in such a crude manner? India is a democratic country. We must respect everyone's perspective. While we must instill excellent values in ourselves and others, we must avoid inciting others to engage in violence against those who, in our opinion, do not share our ideals. The only thing this prohibition and the IT raids are doing is harming the central government. The goodwill that the current government has cultivated is currently waning in the eyes of Indian citizens. The IT raids on BBC offices comes weeks after the government retaliated strongly against a BBC program that criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi's role in the 2002 riots. The concerned officials had asked some employees to remain in office. There are indications that the BBC is planning to approach the Supreme Court against the inspection. BBC has instructed employees to work from home for the time being. They are fully cooperating with the officials. The BBC via Twitter expressed hope that the problem can be resolved quickly. The BBC also stated that office operations will continue as usual. Meantime, the United States responded that they are aware of search and would not comment at this time. American spokesperson Ned Price also stated that he supports the importance of free media actively around the world. The series of raids began with the raid conducted by income tax officers from Delhi at the BBC studio office in Mumbai on Tuesday morning. After half an hour, 8 officers reached the BBC office at KG Marg, Delhi also. The raids under police guard continued till night. The officials conducted the raid after locking the doors of the office. Staff, including foreigners, were not allowed to go out. The income tax officials collected data from account books, computers, and mobile phones of the employees. Sources said the above exercise conducted by tax authorities is called survey, not search or raid, as per the provisions of the Income Tax Act. Such surveys are routinely conducted and are not to be confused to be in the nature of a search or raid, said the sources. In the case of the BBC, sources said there has been persistent non-compliance with the above-mentioned rules for years. As a result of the same, several notices have been issued to the BBC. However, the BBC has been continuously defiant and non-compliant and has significantly diverted its profits, the sources said. In this case, sources said BBC has been non-compliant under transfer pricing rules, persistent and deliberately violated transfer pricing norms and deliberately diverted a significant amount of the profits and have not followed the arm's length arrangement in case of allocation of profit. Accordingly, the surveys have been conducted with a view to investigating BBC's violation of transfer pricing rules and its diversion of profits. When the whole issue of BBC documentary could have been taken on a lighter note, as usually is done by our Honorable Prime Minister, why was this issue so hyped? If there is nothing like a hidden agenda, PM and his government could have played it cool and let the showdown slow down. If the ban had not been imposed by the government in the first place, the Modi government wouldn't have been lashed by the opposition and many other opposing forces. Now, with this raid on top of the ban, it has given a feeling of icing on the cake to the opposition. Meanwhile, our Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan went fury against the IT raids conducted inside the BBC office in Mumbai and Delhi. In a Facebook post that was high on morals, the Chief Minister said, any act of restriction on media freedom invites opposition. He said that the current retribution comes after the BBC documentary that made the echelons of the BJP sweat. The CM even pointed out many elite world news portals that echoed the same views as BBC regarding the Gujarat case of 2002. Pinarayi then presaged hopes that the international society will see India in scrutinizing eyes if the country deters in its handling of media. Look says who. This is Anjana signing off. Do like and share this video. For further updates, subscribe to Kaumudy Global.